Hello, everyone. My name is Enrique Meneses. I am BIM Administrator at Bayer. Today, I'm really happy to share with you a Streamlining model quantification and 4D simulations in construction with Autodesk Platform Services. Well, first of all, we are going to talk about this, this short phrase. Coming together is the beginning, keeping together is process, working together is success. This is a phrase that give me sometimes the encourage me to continue working and working in a collaborative way. So I put it here because it's really important for me. Then, well, the context of the challenge. Well, the context is right now we are having troubles with the 4D and 5D 4D simulations and 5D quantification. This is because sometimes we are working in different platforms and different silos, and once you have access to this Autodesk Platform Services or to this Autodesk Construction Cloud common data environment, you have the option to storage there your files and everything seems to be connected. But once you need to edit one file to have this 4D simulation or to do quantifications, this connection breaks it between the platform and what is happening in the software. This is happening right now. Sometimes the modeler and the team resolve this very good, updating and putting into the team all the resources that they need as videos, quantification tables, and the kind of things. But in some specific scenarios, they don't have access to these tools, or they don't know exactly how to proceed with this. So to provide a space and a tool to develop this 4D simulation and 5D quantification, I developed a model, a model to get in all the data from the 4D, the planning construction data, the planning construction data, and also the real construction data and the real construction end data. So that was a challenge, and that's what I try to resolve also with the 5D, have the quantification out of the model. It's really easy, but once you have it out of the model, connect this information to everyone is really hard. So I prepared this little model to extract information from the model and then, well, put it into a table and bring access to everyone to have this representation of the quantification. Okay, that was the context, the challenge. Well, use Autodesk Platform Services to connect all this information and have everything together, and also provide these tools, including the viewer and also including all the data from the model. That was the challenge. And also the industry point. According to the industries, well, the digital transformation and construction can boost their productivity in 15% or 20%. So if you have connected your industry and you have everything in one platform to be reviewed, you will gain a lot of time and a lot of you will have success in your project. Well, now the solution, well, I divide this platform into, this development into backend, front end, and also I pull all the data from this models into a database. In the backend, well, we have the authentication to get the token, to get the hub data, and also get the projects and get the project folders and the items that you have there. In the front end, I extract this data from the backend. I pull this URL to start a viewer, and then I provide some extensions to extract the data from the model, and then put it into a database that is going to be sent to the database per se. And also, well, I provide an OpenAI module. Well, the solution workflow is really easy. You have on the start page, then the user needs to go and log in. After it logins, well, need to go back and with the access token, go to the hubs project. This page is going to is going to display all the projects where the user has access, where the user is enrolled. Then the project page is a start page where all the users, issues, files, submittals, and also a single viewer is going to be presented. This is like an overview of the project. And after that, we will have two models, 4D database model and 5D database model. This is really simple. The backend is going to give us the information from the folders, and then, well, also the file that we are pointing, and then, well, we will put this information to one viewer, and after we put this information to the viewer, I develop some extensions to extract this information, build it into the database, and then push this database information to MongoDB and use it in the artificial intelligence. So it sounds like difficult, but believe me, it's really easy to have this workflow. Well, then into the project for the database, we will have the viewer, then the connection with the OpenAI, the backend, the connection with the database, and also the extensions that we have in the viewer. Once we start the viewer, we will have the opportunity to extract the data from the viewer, and then, well, you can access to this data. Also, if you want to move something or to adjust something, you can do it. And then, well, you can pull this data to the database that we have in MongoDB. Also, this database is connected with the OpenAI. So if you ask something to the database using OpenAI, I have one chatbot, well, the AA is going to answer you. So it's connected. And it's pretty the same for the 5D database module. We will have a viewer and the panel to connect the OpenAI to the database. And also, well, this information is coming from the backend. The backend is going to give us the URL to start the viewer, and then the viewer with the extensions is going to provide us the opportunity to extract the data from the model, and then from the model put it into the database, and, well, push into the database this information. It's a really simple process. Well, let's go to the demo. Okay. First of all, well, as I told you, this is the platform access. Here, the user needs to go and authenticate himself, and then go to the project that they need to access. It's really simple. After that, the model is going to present us this project homepage, or this project start page, where a lot of different key points like user surface issues that we have in the project are going to appear, and also a viewer. So it's really simple, and you will have this. In the sidebar, you will have the models. Let's start with the 4D model. Here in the 4D model, the screen is divided in three parts. The first part in the top has the controls of the model, how you are going to interact with the model, reset the visibility, pull the information to the database, extract the information from the database, also, well, interact with the color of the something. So you have the controls in the top. Then below you will have the viewer, and in the right you will have the table. This table is the one that is going to receive the information from the model, and is the one that is going to present it for us, and it's going to storage the information. Okay, pull the data out of the model. The data is going to be pulled out of the model, selecting the element, and then clicking the elements that you want to pull out. And these elements are going to appear in the table of the database. So this is really simple process. You will have these extensions to select the elements that you want to extract, and then all the information that this element has is going to appear in the database. So you will find all this information right here. Also, I provide some specific parameters to divide the information between disciplines and also between element types. You can go and review the element that you are pointing in the database, and it's really simple, to get this visibility about what is in the viewer and what is not in the viewer. Also, if you go and pull this information out of the model, you're going to see more data than the one that you have in the Revit, Revit model. Once the data is in the table, you need to send this data to the database, and then every time that you go into the model, you can send it again back to your table. So this is not a process that you will need to do every time that you enter. This database is going to serve like a huge repository of information. Here, well, in this example, I already extract all the information from different disciplines, and it's really simple to have this information right from the database to our table and present these elements that we have here, like in the viewer, to know exactly what is happening and which elements we have. Also, the table has some tools. If you hide the viewer, you will find more data, as I told you, more data than the one that is coming the first time. You will find the information about the dimensions, about the planned start construction date, the planned start end date, and also, well, the type, name, the material level. A lot of this data is coming from the BIM model to this table. You will have a totals bar in the bottom, so you can see the quantification right there. Then, well, if you have the information about the planned construction start date and end date, in the bottom you will have a slide bar, and you can see how the construction is going to be done. It's really simple, to be honest. This bar is taking the information from the database and is going to starting a new configuration in the viewer to change the viewer visibility and to change what is happening in the construction. So if you change something in the database, then the viewer is going to update the data that it's already there, and you can review some scenarios if you want right there. So it's really simple and it's really useful, to be honest. If you have all the data, you can pull all the data out of the database and then, well, turn go to the slide and then click the slide and move how the construction is going to be constructed per se. So it's really useful. Okay, well, in purple it's appearing the elements that are going to be constructed and also the date. So yeah, you can play a little bit about what is going to happen in the project. Finally, the 5D module. This module is focused in the quantification, and this module, it's pretty similar than the other one. You will have this table with all the data. This data is the same data that you already have in the other modules, so it's sharing the same database. Here, the only change is that, as you can see, is that you have this code about the element, about which element it's going to be presented here. So here in the code, you can change the type of element, but also the code of the element, and you can put the cost of this element. Not only the cost of the element that you have in singular, you can go down and you can put all the element cost in this bottom table, in this bottom row. So you can see all the cost of this element, of this group of elements, not only the element that you have there. So it's really simple, it's really useful, and it's pretty similar than the other module. Finally, well, you will have this bottom tool to have this quantification of the cost, and then, well, you will have the grand total of one of the cost, well, taking all the costs of the singular cost in the bottom of the table. So that's it. I guess this is really useful, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.